Starting with their naturally lighting, okay? Starting with their naturally lighting, okay? So be aware of the angles. Now I'm working right now in a white room with natural light coming from the window. It's Seattle, so our light right now in September is pretty soft and kind of gray and even. This room has, because of that, in lighting condition, be aware of your lighting conditions. The photos are set up to just look very neutral. Perfect for photography, perfect for posting online. These are the problems you're going to encounter. You don't live in Seattle, you live in Mexico. And it is super, super bright outside, and the light is coming in and making everything look golden orange, which is delightful, but it makes your products look orange. And you're like, I want it to look white. Similar situation if you're taking photos at nighttime and you're using the lights. It will cast an orange glow. It's called casting, an orange cast. Similarly, if you're in a room, like let's say the light is red or the light is orange or there's a green, or like the computer, some people have computers that have different lights, and the computer has a blue light, like just the colors of the light in the room will cast onto the product, which is why it's so great to surround yourself with as much white as possible. And if you have a room that has colored walls, like red walls, orange walls, that's going to show up in your photos too. And color and light, it's just the same thing, okay? It's what color is your light. And so that's where people who are new to photography need to understand that, is that any color in the environment will transfer to the product. So if I'm wearing this blue shirt, I'm not too worried about it today because the light is pretty neutral and this product is wood. It's not very reflective. If I were photographing, let's say this is white plastic, and that when you look at it, you can see a reflection of color, or you can see like a really bright glow from the window, then that plastic is going to reflect. The light is going to reflect. You're going to see some turquoise from my shirt. Similarly to when I'm photographing jewelry. The metal will reflect. If I'm wearing a black shirt, you'll see black in the gold. And so you need to be aware, it's an attention to detail thing. Walk in the room and be like, what colors are we dealing with? What colors are on my body? Like, assume it will all get picked up. So if you're really nervous about it, just wear all white. So you blend in with the wall and you help to reflect. Reflection is another important thing with the lighting, because if you are working with a situation where you have very dark shadows and the shadows are distracting, then you can bring in things that are brighter. Marble is not easy to work with, I don't recommend it. I'd recommend poster board, like the type you get at Safeway for your kids' projects. And what you do is you take the white surface, and as if you're trying to catch the light, point it towards the light source. The window light will come in and it will hit your white surface, and then the light bounces. So it comes in, it hits it, and it bounces back. And as it goes off in the new direction, kind of like shooting pool, the ball comes this way, you shoot the ball this way, and then it hits and rebounds in a different direction. The light does that. The light comes down, and it comes down here, and as the light comes down here, it fills in the shadows that were behind the product, and you don't ever have to deal with them. So that's a bigger topic for a different day, but just know that you can reflect for shadows. If you got color, try and neutralize it. If you have light, if your light from the sun is the color, like the example of New Mexico, much more challenging to deal with. So what you're going to have to do there is change the settings on your camera for the white balance. You're dealing with temperature, right? Like hotter temperature, hotter sun, it's yellow and orange. When it's colder outside, the temperature is blue. It's bluer. We use Kelvin on our cameras. This is if you're using a DSLR. If you're using a fancy camera, you can adjust the white balance to a custom temperature. That also, Google it. I can give you other tutorials. If you're just talking about your smartphone though, your smartphone's probably gonna do a good job. They're pretty smart, the cameras. They're gonna do a good job of adjusting for you. And where you can help it out is mainly in the editing. You're gonna have to go into whatever software you're using and take the temperature and turn it down. Like if it's hot outside, it's sunny outside, the temperature's high, your photos are they're gonna be high temperature, and you're gonna need to reduce them. So whatever editing software you use on your phone, it's gonna be probably pretty basic. It's just gonna be a sliding scale of temperature, cooler, warmer. If you're using actual software like Lightroom on your computer, then you're gonna be able to, same thing, a slider, but you'll be more specific because it will give you a Kelvin temperature number. And you can work with that. Okay, let me think of any last things I wanna show you right now. So if you